Welcome back to Beauty, Business, and Mind. Today is the final episode. This is a must listen. If you did not listen to the other 4 of the Slay Beyond Your Holiday Sales special podcast, 5 episode special, this is the one that we must listen to, and it has to do with repurposing your content. Get off the content creation hamster wheel. So as we are about to end the year and going into the holidays, I'm going to switch up the content. So I wanted to end with a big bang. I think like the best should be for last. And it was about content. Please repurpose your content, recycle it. Does it really work? So today I'm going to be taking you inside of my business. I'm going to be very transparent as always, but I'm really going to be sharing some numbers because why would I share that with you? I never share it because this is not about me. This is about helping you grow. But I wanted to really be open, and it makes me a little nervous because I always get scared, right, to share all my stuff. But I think it's really important for you to know what is possible out there. I am just Celeste, a person, and I put myself out there and I share my knowledge. And some of my clients think I share way too much, or, like I'm giving it all away, and I really am not. There's so much more. There's probably a big 40% of my information that is kept exclusively for my clients and for my other businesses. So that is the reality of things. I'm never going to lie to you. I know we hear a lot. People are like, oh, I'm sharing all my best stuff for free. It's BS. Nobody does share 100% all their best stuff for free. But today I'm going to take you behind the scenes. What happens when you recycle your content? Can you really monetize it? Can it really help grow your business? And you're about to get a big aha and eye-opening experience, because I'm going to take you inside. It's been over 4 years I've been doing this. So I can give you about 4 years of experience of having recycled it before it was trending, before everybody jumped into the video creation and reels, and before there was, the reels, and before there was the whole TikTok thing, craze and everything. This is back in 2018. I've been recycling my content, repurposing it. And these are some of the things I've been able to do. I've been able to work with brands as a paid educator. Some of my fees would range from $600, for the day, plus stay, plus my airplane ride, plus my food was included. On top of that, I've been paid to go to be a speaker as well. I've been able to make videos. I had this one video, created $1,000 under 10 minutes. I've had videos that gave me an extra $500 for a total of $1,500 just over some videos I did under half an hour. I've gotten paid to create videos for brands ranging from $150 up to, almost $1,000 for a video. I've been able to sell my online courses. I've been able to be on stage. There's been so many things that have been possible over repurposing content. And nobody's telling you this, but Celeste is going to tell you the truth, is that most of us are recycling our content. That's how you're going to prevent burnout. And I know you may be scared. And so in today's episode, now that I gave you some of my numbers, some of the things I've been able to do, and some of the things that you're able to see, I also want to share with you that this big ass secret that I've never have shared, and is that I do not pay a single fucking dollar for any of the magazine features. All those are organic, and this is why. For me, it's not an ego thing. I do not need it to make myself feel good. When I get published in a magazine, in a podcast, whether it's digital or printed, it really has to do with the merit, I believe, for my hard work. And it's more about sharing the story to empower others to see what's possible. That's why I am so open and willing to share as part of my stories, is because I want to help others to see they can do it too. I literally graduated high school. I wanted to be a history teacher. That went down the drain. I did not go to college. I do have lots of background experience in insurance and office work. So I've managed businesses, selling insurance and dealing with insurance claims. You can imagine how that goes. Reading policy contracts, all those life things and experiences were able to be brought into this beauty industry. So don't think and don't undermine if you're new to the beauty industry, because I'm only 5 years in, 6 if you count beauty school. don't undermine that you lose all that. Those life experiences can really help you. And one of the biggest things that happened in 2018, and I'm sharing with you today because you're not too late. I predict it. Next year is going to be the big boom of recycling content, and everybody's going to start sharing how to do it. I've been doing this for years, but you do not have to work harder. It's about working smarter. It's about utilizing the time that you had. I was in the problem solving business. That's being in insurance. Literally, that's all you do. It's like put out fires all freaking day. And you had to be very efficient. Like somebody's waiting on that phone. And if I told you I'm calling you in an hour, my butt better call you at 59 minutes because you're going to be waiting or very mad. An hour and 5 minutes, my clients were calling me. And that really helped me and that really served me when I came into the beauty industry. And I'm sharing this because it's going to help you too, of having the mindfulness and the mind of not being reactive, but being more proactive, right? And for example, like with that example of, let's say, somebody needs to call for the insurance and they're mad at the insurance, which, most of the time comes up on us, right? Us being customer service, you've probably had a client that's had a bad day and, kind of trickles onto you, right? I had to be proactive. And part of being proactive was like, okay, so they have this problem. Instead of waiting all day or next day all mad at me that I haven't called them back, can I be proactive in, number one, solving the problem? It may not be the resolution that they want, but how can I solve it? And number two, how can I prevent this from getting worse? And those skills have really helped me in the beauty industry. And now we're going to go into video creation or content creation, the importance of recycling. So today I'm going to give you 3 hot tips to really start doing this. And as everything, it all has to have strategy, okay? I really am a big believer in strategy. I know I have a lot of fun with my content and I put my things out there, but it all has strategy behind it. It's very important that I'm very transparent about that with you. But the first thing is look at your analytics, okay? Analytics are free. It's pretty much just a whole bunch of numbers that are telling you what time to post, how many people are engaging, what content do they like, what content do they not like, do you know what your best video was for last month or this month? Do you know what post did the best? Do you know what post brought in business? Those are things that we should be really be keeping track. You can utilize your phone or your notes to keep track of that, but it's very important. I'm being very transparent. I keep track of all that stuff. Every 3 weeks, I'm looking at all of my social media platforms to see what's working and what is not and where I'm growing. And you should be doing the same thing. You need to have a strategy with social media. It is not just about posting and good luck. It's about being strategic. You're a business owner. Your time is valuable, not just with money, but time is a resource that we cannot get more of. It's 24 hours in a day. Our 24 hours vary from person to person. So whatever time you have, that is it. And you have to really learn how to utilize it very efficiently. That's what transformed my business and my whole life. So once you look at your analytics, look at the content that worked for you. Okay, so look at that. Look what videos, what reels, okay, whatever it is in there. And then find a way to repurpose it in a fun, valuable way. If you don't follow me on Instagram at Celeste Stylist, please go there and follow me and send me a DM that you came from the podcast. You can see the reel. I am literally showing you. I have this picture over 2 years old. It got over 250,000 impressions, which means like people have interacted or seen it on Pinterest. And it's over 2 years old. I repurposed it. I did a new caption for it and I put it out there. And I'm being transparent about that because maybe you're afraid. In the beginning, in 2018, I was terrified. I'm like, oh my gosh, if I repurpose the content, people are going to know and what they're going to think, and I'm not being authentic. And then I had to get out of that mindset, right? And really be like, okay, I am a human. We're not robots. I don't want to automate everything. I want to keep in contact and the pulse and the feel with my audience. How can I make this valuable? And that's when I decided to repurpose my content. And part of that reel that I shared today on Instagram, which is the part 2 of recycling and repurposing your content, once you look at your analytics and see what's working and what your audience wants, it's how can you make it fun or valuable for your audience? And that is your job. And I know I was very direct on that, and people are going to be like, whoa, so let's be very to the point. But it's the truth. It is our job as content creators and business owners. The way we do business is totally different. And it doesn't matter, okay, if you do not want to be on social media, like, good for you. You do not have to be on social. But even when you are repurposing or talking to your clients about services or products that they are going to use, you need to be able to resell that or share that with an amount of value or an amount of new entertainment factor for it. And what do I mean by entertainment factor for those of you that really focus on product based in the beauty industry? I bought a gnome, a cookie jar from Santa Claus, a Jessie, which is our elf on the shelf outfit, and I bought this like gingerbread woman cookie thing from Target. And why would I do that? So I spent over, I think it was like over $50 on those three things. Oh, and I bought a $20 sign that says Merry, and it has really pretty like green leafage, and it looks like holiday-ish with lights. So I spent over $70, and why the heck would I spend $70 on some random ass shit like that? So my husband put our Christmas stuff in the shed. This has a point. And it all got mold in it. And I was very sad because some of those things were over 10 years old. And I wanted to feel the Christmas, like, holiday spirit in my home in a very authentic and way that matches with my style and with our home and make my kids feel excited for it. And so I spent $70 on that. And it was more for the entertainment part of my kids. It was for the ambiance of the room. This is things that make me happy. And while $70 may be a lot of money for some people, for me, it's like priceless, right? And I'm going to keep it safe now. So my husband has to put water on it again in the shed. But that's what I mean. It has a value and it has an entertainment portion. That's why I bought these certain items for my home decor. The same thing happens with our clients. They're either are looking for the entertainment value, what entertainment or like value is going to bring to their lives. And it's our job as business owners, and part being of the beauty industry is to own our expertise. And part of repurposing your content is the part number 2, which we're talking about right now, is how you're going to make it valuable to them. Maybe it is a picture like I posted of 2 years ago. And the first time I posted it, it was a balayage. The second time I posted it, because it's true, I used the natural hair that's already dark as lowlights in the hair. That's something I do every time I paint. That's why nobody gets the same paint job when I hair paint. It's very customized to every single person. That's something I shared. People loved it. They saved it. I shared on there what products I use. I'm not scared that somebody's going to go copy me. People have tried it and tried to recreate the look of the blonde. And good for them. I'm excited for them. I'm sharing them the things in a new, fun, valuable way. And that is the part of content creation when you're going to repurpose things, is part of doing that. Like, stop wasting your time and having to create new content all the time. I bet you that you have so many videos and so many pictures in your camera roll that if you go back, you're like, wow, that's beautiful. Why was I saying that was bad? And you probably could repost it today. So don't undermine that it's been 2 years or 3 years. Just bring the value, bring the entertainment factor to it. I have clients who have done before and after videos on TikTok or Instagram, and I'm going to be reposting some of those soon just to kind of show a little more behind the scenes inside of my business. But do you see what I mean? There's so many fun ways to do so, but when you are going to repurpose content that has to do with your clients, big public service announcement, make sure that you have authorization from your clients to do so, okay? Very important. I just did a podcast episode on that. Okay, so we've talked about where to get the information on what's working, what you should be reposting to repurpose. I've shared with you how to do it in a good, authentic way, right? Bringing value or entertainment to it. And part 3 is how often should you do it? So our feed, it depends how often that you post, but you want to make sure that if somebody scrolls down twice, if you flip, so go on your phone, most of us are using our phone on mobile. So if you scroll down twice, you want to make sure that you do not see the same picture twice in a row, okay? So just do that. That's my rule of thumb, is at least do 2 scrolls, up to look down at further content. And if you don't see that picture, you're fine. If you can't do that, you're like, Celeste, I'm limited on my photos and my videos. Like, how can I repurpose my content? Get creative. Part 3 of this is there is this amazing thing on Reels, which is named covers. So you can actually make your own covers. You can make your covers on stories, which is simple to do. And if you want, you can just make it on stories. Maybe I'll do something nice for you guys and do a nice little tutorial. But you can make them on stories. You can also use Canva to make them. But just make it fun. Make it easy and simple for you. My rule of thumb with content creation and repurposing is that you really start focusing on how can I get this done fast and efficient. It's so important that you become more fast and efficient on things than trying to be beautiful and trending. Now more than ever, authenticity is like out there. So we know we're not perfect. We know we're trying our best. And one of the biggest takeaways that I can share with you today with repurposing your content is that I've gotten this far because I am not worried that my screen may be blurry, or sometimes, like in the beginning, I would forget to wipe off my lens, or I'm covering the microphone. I got more intent, and I got more benefits of posting my content by gaining clients or getting brand deals or working with brands and publishing and all these things by literally publishing what feels good to me. I'm very intuitive. I do use some automation, but not all the time. Automation is part of my business because it helps me, but there are things that I will not automate because it doesn't align with me. It's part of my fun process. It's what keeps me consistent and persistent in showing up with my content, and you need to find that for you. So don't label yourself, don't stop yourself because you cannot do it like everybody else does. You cannot automate it like everybody else does. Make sure that you find what works best for you that's going to keep you consistent, and don't be scared to monetize and to repurpose your content because it can be very valuable. I continue to do so. I'm able to turn a 1-minute video into literally 10 to 15 pieces of content, and you will get there the more you practice. So please don't be afraid. And I hope this episode, the final episode, was super helpful for you, that it is not about working harder, it's about working smarter and keeping it simple. Utilize all those pictures, utilize all those videos that you have on there, because that's where you're sitting literally on all your content that you can be putting out there. Be creative, make it you and true to you, because people can see that. People can feel that, and that's the most powerful tool that you have. I hope this was so much helpful for you. I would appreciate a review on my iTunes. That really, really helps me to continue to put out content for you. So much love. I will see you back here next week. Bye, love.